Yes.
All right. So, I don't have like a formal presentation put together today, but I know the things we were talking about was how to find deals, evaluate them, and honestly, that will probably cover enough of for the first session. Probably take about 30, 40 minutes to go through that. And that sounds like what I would imagine would be the most value to you. Does that sound good, Todd?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about a couple different ways to find deals. Number one, that has always been a good source of finding deals is networking. So the first, as I do this, I'm actually going to take notes for myself so that I can turn this into a presentation at some time. But I've done this so much that it's not hard for me. Hold on. Docs. Let's go here. The first thing that I would recommend, so if we're talking about sourcing deals, the first thing that has to be on your mind is that a deal can come from anywhere, anyone, anytime. And it's almost always the best way to find deals is through your network, just like it is through listings, through for any kind of sales process. It's going to be from the people that you know. But the only way that they're going to know that you're looking for deals is how?
You have to tell them.
You have to tell them. Okay, so what do you have to call yourself in order for people to know that you're looking for deals?
Realtor/investor.
Just tell everybody you're a real estate investor. Does it matter if you have ever bought a property for investment purposes or not? No. But you have to start by letting everybody know you are a real estate investor. Was that? So you call yourself a real estate investor. Tell everybody you know. You can do that through Facebook networking groups. We have one in Bernie called Brew that is really fun, where you can learn things from other investors. So going to investor meetups. Investor meetups is a big one. You can get deals from other investors, people who wholesalers, people who are just buying or creating leads, generating leads. I'm probably on about 3 or 4 different forums within the map. Yeah. We're probably on like 3 or 4 different forums for generating leads inbound from other investors. And those investors are wholesalers. You know what a wholesaler is, Todd?
No.
Okay. That's the first level. Honestly, it's the first level besides bird dogging. Like a bird dog might be the first level of real estate investing. And a bird dog is somebody who goes and gets a lead. They don't necessarily get a contract, but they go get a lead and they give it to a wholesaler. They give it to another investor and they get a fee for that. Sometimes it's $1,000 to $2,000 for bringing a deal. Usually they don't have any money. They don't have any marketing. They haven't really done anything in that capacity. But let's just say, and I'll share my screen with you while I take these notes. Let me do this. All right, can you see this? Which are you looking at?
Yeah.
Okay, this one. So bird dog, they're gonna make somewhere between like $1,000 to $2,000 per lead that they get. Now a wholesaler is somebody, I'm gonna define this a little bit, brings a lead. Wholesaler is somebody who goes out and puts a house under contract and then they sell that contract to someone else, somebody who actually has the money. A lot of times wholesalers don't necessarily have the capital. So this is a good place to start if you don't have a lot of money. You just go find the seller. They're going to make anywhere between, I've seen fees as low as $3,500 to $10,000 on a fee. But realistically, it's limitless. And why is it limitless, Todd? If you had to guess.
Would depend on the deal, right?
Right, so they're gonna contract at X price and sell. Now they're selling a contract. They're not selling a house. This is a big difference. This is why you don't necessarily need a real estate license to do this. So you sell a contract for the difference. So if I get it under contract at 100,000, I go find a buyer at 125,000, I'm gonna net the difference. I would say the next level of investors is a flipper. A flipper is probably going to buy either directly from a seller, buys from a seller, from a wholesaler, or another investor. Bird dog, maybe. Deal sources. I would also say the best deal sources that I've come across for flips is like door knocking, networking, Facebook, and wholesale. Wholesale is the worst by far. Wholesalers are notoriously bad at doing numbers. They don't always tell the truth about what they're doing. It can be a problem. But the best ones I've seen is door knocking and networking and online lead gen. A lot of wholesalers use online lead gen to get their deals. That's like somebody who Googles how to get a house sold for cash. They'll go to your website, they'll put in their house value. We have street text. 2 of our deals have come from street text, which is just a Facebook ad that says, hey, do you want to know the value of your property? Do you want to get an offer on it? So the flipper is going to get deals from those places. Now they're gonna shoot for a margin of, I've seen flippers get as low as 12% profit and as high as 25% profit plus, but those deals above 25% profit are like slam dunks. That's stuff that just doesn't happen. The costs of doing this business, costs are hard money, interest. So that's like points and interest up front to buy if you're not paying, if you're paying with financing. You have holding costs, taxes, you have bad contractors can screw you over. So there's more risk here. So wholesalers don't really take any of these risks. They just have marketing expenses. All right, so the way a flipper comes to his conclusion of price, let's define a couple things. You know what ARV is? Matt?
Repair value.
Repair value. Okay, do you know what, well, fixed cost is pretty easy. Cost to repair. And then purchase price. That is your ARV minus your fixed cost multiplied by the percent margin that you want to operate on. This number used to be 70%. This means that we would take that number, multiply it by 70%. Now that number has gone down to somewhere around 80%. The higher that number is, the worse the deal is going to be. But the lower the number is, the higher the percent margin that you're going to make profit. The other ways a person can make money in real estate investing, you have syndication. You have just buy and hold, retail. You have owner finance. You have note flipping. You have, you know, it's probably the majority of it. You have lending. I mean, lending could be considered like not necessarily owner finance, but there's a lot of investors who do hard money lending. So they have big lines of credit. They're going to sell money to people. Those are kind of the, 3 or 4 big ones. And then we're going to focus on probably wholesale and flip right now. I would say that's where we're gonna find the most value. So let's talk about one of the first, oh, I didn't even put this on here. For flipping, you also have MLS deals. So let's start with MLS because that's where we're gonna go right now to go find a deal and evaluate it. What are some indicators on MLS you could use to source a flip?
Distressed.
So distressed as is a term that shows up a lot. Under tax value. These like terms all indicate that. Needs repairs.
Motivated seller.
Motivated seller. Although I find sometimes the motivated sellers are the worst ones.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're motivated, but the price is high. How about something simple like back on market and price change and expired? Those three right there, back on market, price change, and expired, are a huge source of deals. Okay. I think I talked to an investor at that brew meetup just last week, and they said they get all of their deals from back on market clients. The day it goes back on market, you make them an offer using this, the purchase price minus fixed cost times 70-80%. And it's about volume. So if there are, like right now on MLS, let me log in here real quick. We're going to focus on back on market today. There's price change right here, 103. If I search all the listings back on market, actually, oh wait, you know what? I have a deal set up, so I'll show you this. MLS potential deals. I've got my map. These are the areas I want to buy property. I don't really want to go south of I-10. For one thing, it's really far. I prefer to stay around, within driving distance. This is the area I'm concentrating on. So then if I go to here, I just put back on market price change. I don't really want to find houses. Honestly, I don't really want to do houses over 3,000 square feet. The best flips that we do are somewhere between like 1,500 and 2,500 square feet. They tend to be most cost effective. Every square foot over that, if you're spending $10 a foot, that's 30,000 for repairs versus a 2,000 square foot house at 20,000. So there's a big difference there. And also your price per square foot, as you get bigger, your sales price per square foot starts to go down. So I think you need a better and better deal to make that work. Let's look at all matches right now. Let's list it. We've got one back on market right here and one right here, Coldwater Creek that's in Bernie. So let's take a look at Rebel. Oh, we have 353 within the last 6 months, but if I do show updates from last run, I check this every day. Sometimes there's like 30, maybe there's 40. Let's go to Rebel Ridge. Where is this? High Country. The first thing I'm going to look is the general location. I'm going to look at
That's my old neighborhood.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So this is on
that's my old neighborhood.
Is on the east side. There's zero
Uh-huh.
carpet throughout the house. Kitchen has granite. 280, which puts this at $144 per square foot, which I know is probably not going to be a deal. But what we get from this, it's been on the market 23 days, went under contract, came back on the market. Let's see how quickly that happened.
280. How that house can't be that big. How big is that?
This house, the tax value is 206. It's 1,936 square feet.
Oh, well, it is kind of bigger.
Oh, and here's one near, not too far away, also 1,936 square feet, identical, and it's listed for 225 price change. I look at the age of the house, so I'm looking at the age, the square footage, I'm starting to get a
1980s.
picture. Yeah, 1980s. And then I'm going to look, they didn't add any information about why it came back on the market, but it doesn't really matter that much. From the pictures, nice big oak trees. We got a little curb appeal, nice big yard. You can see over here, fence. This is like a pretty good indication that they are not taking care of their property. If you let your front fence get that bad, can't imagine what else. I mean, that's a security issue. Your garage door is slightly askew, which tells me it's either broken or it has foundation problems. Like this picture could be messed up, but I almost want to say that the garage door is not like level across. So it might not close. It might be something else. They have solar screens that don't look that good. That's an easy thing to take down to improve your property curb appeal.
Shingles need to be replaced.
Potentially, one of the best things that when I look at a house to gauge the age of it, this ridge vent here tells me that the roof has been replaced within the last like 7 years, because they didn't start mandating a ridge vent in roofs until about 7 years ago. So it could be a thing. The shingles actually look relatively new. I think they're just different colors than you'd usually see. But maybe we get a better view. Okay, yellow. Everybody hates yellow. It's not decorated the best. You have this square tile that hasn't been updated. You have Saltillo in here. People don't necessarily like Saltillo. Awkward fireplace. But none of those things are telling me that it's distressed necessarily. What we're looking for in the pictures, though, is the level of finish out, what we would have to fix on it. We're looking for cracks, any like separations that we can see. This house definitely would have to be painted. This is like one of those terrible sponge paint jobs. It's concrete, but you see this right here. They had a tack strip there and they pulled it up, which does damage. Not a huge deal. Does look like the ceilings are pretty short. Looks like an 8-foot ceiling. They went way overboard in here for a house in this neighborhood. I would say this is probably too much. These are like custom cabinets, nice countertops. And then they left parquet floors in here. So, yeah, and then another different floor in here. So it's like 4 different flooring types in one house. So I'm going to look at their history here. They don't have a history, so I'm going to pull up the tax record. I'm going to go look at the last deed transfer. Looks like they bought it in maybe 2010. So they have some equity. Does not list the consideration, but if you go to CRS, have you ever been to CRS, Todd? You click on this right here. Oh, are you on a phone call? Yeah, you're on a phone call. You already know a lot of this.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, deed transfer. Original loan consideration amount $69,000 in 2012. So we know they have a lot of equity. They may not be hurting. Let's look at this other one real quick. Oh, I see. That's the same like tile I had in my house. That's 70s style. Oh yeah. Now we're talking.
Pink bathrooms. Oh yeah.
Looks like they just did carpet in the living room, and then they left everything else the same. They put new carpet in and left everything else. Wow, this looks crazy.
Oh,
that looks like a torture chamber.
yeah. I mean, how do you even sit on that toilet with that shelf?
This right here.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a good one. This could be a really good one. got potential. It's kind of neat. Okay, let's look at, I'll run some comps on it right now. So if we were to, let's see, 1973, 1936 square feet. So I'm starting to put together an idea of what it needs. The exterior looks pretty good. The roof looks okay. Let's just assume all of that is in working order and we just need a full cosmetic rehab. 1 bathroom, full kitchen, all flooring, all paint,
Wallpaper
another
removal.
big bathroom, and nothing exterior. Okay. So I'll use this one. I'll use this one to start. I want this one right there. That's right off of I-10. I've been over or I-35. Been in this area before. Valencia. I used to live in Converse, and the Valencia Nextdoor app was always blowing up with robberies. So
Yeah, I've got a rental over there. It's not good. They're hard to rent out to people that are gonna pay. That's the problem.
yeah. Well, we're gonna find out if it can be flipped. Let's open the map. Oh, and I want to apply this. We got on market, off market. I'm gonna draw. Let's go here. Oh no, where is my switch map? Let's draw circle around this neighborhood right here. Oh, we have some good comps though. We have some good comps. So we got 1 for 3. That's brand new, but that's not a bad sign. Let's just go back 6 months. Start to narrow it down a little bit. It's a mixed bag. We got one at 309. So I like to look, the way I sort my MLS is by price per square foot. When I'm in the same like similar square footage range, I'll tighten this up just a little bit since we're not going to add any square footage. Let's go 17 to 2300. And then my list is going to sort by, well, typically, sort by dollar per square foot right here. And this is a modification that I made. Wow, what is going on? Let's go back to that. Oh. This is why I don't like the modern. I like the classic version. You still use classic MLS?
Yeah.
How was your showing at the church?
Went well. They're gonna think about it. They're like it'll be a fun project. Just trying to run some numbers and stuff.
Oh. Oh man, see, it's not working. I said finish the drawing. Missed it. 20. Okay. So this is the one we were evaluating. It's at 115 per foot. There's comps on the same street at 130. 133, 140. And this is 1900 square feet. These are very similar. So 18 and 2000. Highest price comp in there, 151. That's a brand new house. So we're going to disregard that. But we have these. They look very similar. We have those 3 right there. So looking at that, they are pretty damn overpriced. Let's see what OfferPad Opendoor did here. This would be like your high comp. Okay, updated kitchen cabinets, updated flooring, paint everywhere, countertops. So this is like a good example of what we want to do with this house. So the high end price for this, similar square footage, 235, would give us 135 per foot. So we're going to pull up our investment calculator. All investment calculator spreadsheet. We're going to go here, put in 1973 square feet. We're going to set our ARV at 135, which gives us a total high-end purchase price or sales price of 266. And then we're going to add up our repair cost. So for this house, I had a full cosmetic, which starts at $10 a foot. So if it's straight cosmetic rehab, you're looking at about $10 a foot. That's just like paint and some flooring. That's really all that covers. So that would give us 19,000 right off the top, 19,700. We're probably looking at doing a full kitchen, which will be about 5,500 for the size. 2 full bathrooms. One of them was pretty big, 6,500. The other one was smaller, 3,500. If we have a contingency in there for any kind of things that we can't see, let's say that the roof does need to be replaced, you add like a 10%, 10 to 15% contingency. So that puts us 35,200 plus 15% will put us at about 40. So we're gonna say this one will be $20 a square foot. Right now, if we bought this house, well, no, let me set this at where they have it listed. If you bought this house right now for $115 a foot, you would make negative $23,000. And this calculator factors in a 7.25% closing cost, which is like us taking 2% and 1/4% for, or us taking 5% and then 2.5% for any other sales cost. There's some prorated taxes. You kind of can just adjust that based on how long you think you're going to keep it. Usually a project like this will take 3 to 4 months. So we could put 1,000 in there just to be safe. Sales cost to purchase is going to include like our points, everything up front. And so from here, if we're after sale, our ARV, closing costs, our sales net, we're going to deduct. I literally just go kind of down the line until I get to a price point where we make a 12 to 15% return. If the project's only going to take me 3 months, I'm okay with like a 12 or 13% return. The longer that it takes, the more I need on the ROI. So I'll do like 12% for 3 months. Best case scenario, if I could get 15%, this is my purchase price, 171. And that would give me a 15% return plus 6% commission. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to write up a contract. Actually, I'll just tell Titus, put in a contract on this right now.
For 117,
For 173.
for 173.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me see. 171, 651. And you know from negotiation, that's first step is creating an offer price that catches their attention. Thank you. So Titus, please offer for this property 20% down for install.
That's your company,
Yes.
Home Style Investments.
Yeah, that was just what the Secretary of State recommended when you do legal Zoom. It like gives you recommendations. You're like, whatever, just give me an LLC. Well, my LLC for the real estate business is Warlow Enterprises.
Royal O.
Warlow Enterprises. So Titus is gonna draft up an offer for that. He knows how to go in there and find it, look it up. And then when that's ready, I'm gonna call the agent and just say, hey, I'm putting in an offer. Oh, the other important thing here is that we do we make sure they know that we can close in 21 days. No appraisal. 3-day option period. So those things are more competitive. But yeah, in order to make this property work, that's what we'd have to get. It's pretty hideous. The fact that they would even list it for 225 is mind blowing. When they had it at 250 before this. These people are smoking crack. So anyway, it doesn't matter. We just put in the offer. It's all about numbers. We know that nobody's gonna buy it at 225. That would be a terrible decision. So we put our offer in and we can just wait, and then once it's done, we're good to go. But we know here, like, there is potential upside. So this is 135. These two haven't closed yet. So there's potential upside if these close for 140 to 146. That's where our margin will be made. So let's just say if we were able to sell it for 140, we wind up making 20%. If it sells for less than 135, we still have enough. If I make 20K on a deal like this plus 6% commission, that's fine by me. But so we could go as low as or as high as our high purchase price. Let's say I do 182. Yeah, I could pay as much as 180 for this house and still probably be okay. But I'm gonna try to get it at 171. So does that make sense for you, Todd? Do you think you could do that with an MLS and find deals that way?
Yeah, I mean. And then they say they accepted, what do you do in the option period?
I go there with my contractor. I verify my numbers, like I bring my budget number of 39,460, and I start doing the math. I look at count the number of doors, doorknobs, light fixtures, how big the countertops are. Like I start doing more detailed number crunching based on what he tells me. And if I don't see any big items, then I don't really need to do anything. On a house like this, if they took this offer and I found like a couple more things on it, I'd probably still be in the green when I sold it. So I'd be all right with that. From here, though, the other thing you can do, let's say I want to see if this would be a good buy and hold property. I'll go to change these filters. Okay, how do I do this? Circle cross property for the same area, and I'm going to add in rentals. Rented. Huh, that's weird. Let's just on market.
What's cross property mean?
It means you can look across like different property types at the same time. So you can look at single family and residential at the same time, residential rental. So I usually use it when I'm doing these just to gauge the rental value.
Okay.
But I need to add in rented and sold. Okay, so we have rental. We have no rental comps. That's weird. Still no rental comps? Let me just do rentals then. That's weird. No rentals. I wonder if there's so this would not be a good rental market because apparently they don't allow them or something in this neighborhood. So we would just be looking at this as a flip. Let's say we do, let's say we are able to rent it. Say I get 1,900 for it. I'll walk you through this part of the calculator. Property taxes. Just gonna pull it up real quick. Taxes are $46.95, so this is equal to $46.95 divided by 12. $391. Insurance is $100 a month. Owner paid utilities is 0. Vacancy. This is right. This is right. Okay. And then the property value is equal to the after repair value. 80%. So this would not be a good, oh, I could probably get 30-year though. Yeah, it still wouldn't be a very good rental if I couldn't get more than 1,900 a month and I was trying to refinance it out. But that's all you do. You put in the rental amount, all the expenses are up here. And then this is a mortgage calculator that'll give you the amount of equity you need, principal, put in your interest rate, number of years in your term, there. That gives you your monthly net operating income, annualized income, and then your cap rate, 4.8%.
We're looking like looking for 7 to 10, right? Cap rate.
Yeah, I want 10% per year annually, which would mean like either the property value would have to be like equal to closer to what I put all in. Like let's say I only calculated off of that, then I'm getting, that's still only 6%. So then this number would need to be like 2,100.
That does it.
Yeah, it doesn't really work out. Oh, 22,000 would be good. Matt's been doing this for like a year now with the rental calculator. What have you found works best for figuring out what rentals are going to be the most profitable?
Basically, just do what you did and start typing it in, and kind of after you look at certain areas and stuff for a while, you can just look at the listing and go, okay, that won't make sense at the number of the listing you have, which a lot of them are like that right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it helps a lot to just plug the numbers in real quick and go from there.
Yeah. So this one, I mean, this would be a great flip at 170, but it doesn't look like it would be a great rental. I'd probably need to get it closer to like 150 to be a good rental so that I have better debt service. But this would be $500 a month if I just left all the equity in there at 214 and kept my principal at 170. But anyway, does that make sense? Do you have any questions, Todd?
Oh, I got lots of questions, but I don't know what to ask.
You know, the best thing to do is honestly just practice, like do what I just did, go search MLS, set up like because I got potential MLS deals that's what I call this search. Take a look at all the ones that are back on the market and go through one by one and just sometimes like this stuff where you see that the listing itself is trash. This is a terrible, whoever listed this house is not even a real estate agent. They just took like vertical iPhone pictures. Who is this person? Rodney Green. Okay. Well, the reason this property is not selling could be the listing itself. Might not be appealing to anybody because it's trash. This could be a good opportunity. Sometimes when you see stuff like that, and like the average retail buyer is going to ignore it, you can take advantage of that and just put in a low ball offer.
Damn, that's already 130. What is that price per square foot?
This one, 130 for 2,100 square feet. That's like $61 a foot.
Wow.
It's like priced pretty well.
Yeah, I'd say.
But we don't know. I don't know where it is. Let's see, where is it?
How did you do that? How'd you change to the map? I don't even know how to use the
Here.
damn MLS right.
Up here. List, map, and then you can do map and list.
Oh,
This
just
one's downtown. This one is oh, it's in like MLK. I don't actually like to buy over here, but there's a really good up and coming area right here by Willow Springs. There's this new development called the Redberry Estate. Right here off of Gambler. There's a lot of development. There's a $55 million apartment complex coming in right here.
holy crap.
55 million. And they already had built out 250 units at market rate, rented out at 98% capacity. And once a multifamily development reaches 90% capacity, that's considered fully occupied, which means that there's demand and there's not enough supply in this area. So this area right here, which is not, most people don't even think about this little section, I think is probably going to blow up in the next like 5 years.
Dub White.
Yeah, nobody goes out. I mean, I've been out here. It looks weird out here, but this area right here is becoming a
Not after dark anyway.
affordable hub. I'll be honest though, the Redberry Estate, this is what it's amazing. You got to look at it. It was a 12-year project between the city of San Antonio and this. I went to the opening of it. It's like a wedding venue. And it's right there. It's right here in this little shitty area. But so might be interesting to start looking at these areas now.
Getting revitalized.
Yeah. I love this little neighborhood. People against corruption. What's the name of their neighborhood? We've got one listed right here right now and one listed right here. So why don't you play around with it, Todd? See if you can mess with the calculator and send me some deals you think might work, or send them to Matt. He can tell you, yeah, this would work, this wouldn't work. And you can just start putting in offers, man.
I can start putting in offers.
Yeah. Everybody on the team could put in offers for home style investments. I've got people throwing money at me left and right if we get deals together.
All right. So we're wholesaling.
No, we are flipping.
We're flipping. Okay.
So, oh, I gotta go pick up my son. Oh shit, I'm gonna be late.
We're meeting
All
at
right.
the point at 6, you say?
Yes,
Okay.
I'll be at the point at 6. You coming, Matt?
Possibly. I'm gonna try.
All right, I'll see you later, Todd.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.